So this week, I wanted to go over some of the pickups I have gotten over the last couple weeks. I've gotten quite a bit. You might have seen in my one of my previous videos, I got my display stand over here and I've got set up. Really enjoying that. You can see down here, I finally put some stuff on the bottom shelf. I got my boglins moved over there. I think I'm gonna add some more, in front of them, maybe some weird figures. But I've got some things I've been hunting for. I got some things I got on Whatnot. Some things that I randomly picked up. I'm excited to show you guys, so let's check it out. So here's a quick overview of everything I've gotten that I want to talk about. Really excited about this haul. Just things I've been hunting for. The Mutant Modular, I did a video including that. I was super excited to find that. I've been seeing these popping up on a lot of people's Instagram over like in California. And then I started seeing them a few days, they'd be like closer and closer to Augusta. Then I finally saw somebody post in Columbia, South Carolina that they had got them at their Target. I'm like, well, if it's there, it might be here in Augusta. Went to one of our stores, they didn't have it. I went to our other store, and to my surprise, they had a couple. So I'm super happy to get that. Really excited to open it up, check it out, because man, it looks like a really cool set. It's like the original Turtles, but with articulation. But yeah, let's break down and go into each one of these. I'm really happy about these. So the first little batch I want to go over were these little McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Now when these came out, I thought they looked like a lot of fun. And there's a bunch. There's like over 20 or so. But the one I really wanted was this Boo Bucket. And you can open up the Boo Bucket. It's got these little holes. And I wonder if that's like a safety thing. Like if a kid were to swallow that, they can still breathe somehow or something. I don't know. There's 3 little holes in there. It's got the 3 sides. But I said once I got this, I'd be done. But of course, it's not going to be easy to get that. In fact, I never found this at McDonald's. I just broke down at the end because I was tired of eating McNuggets. And I ordered this on eBay. So I got this one. And actually, I got this one on eBay too because I thought it was cool. These make for pretty cool props for a lot of your figures. On my Instagram, I got a few posed with my Ninja Turtles. I'll probably do some more too, like them holding the trays. Like these little trays of food are a lot of fun. But there's several McDonald's, and each one in my area would seem like they would have a different toy. So I'll just go around and get the 4-piece McNuggets with apples and just snack on McNuggets. But after a while, I'm McNugget out. This one, I thought it was a trash can. Everyone who's seen it thought it was a trash can, but it's actually a grill. I guess is what they look like back there. I don't know. I've never seen them in real life. But they you can flip it on there. You got the grill, just the burgers, and you can flip it, I guess, with the onions on there. That's kind of neat. You have the in-store kiosk. You get at most McDonald's now, and you never see anybody. It's like just these kiosks and like a little window that they pop your food out, which I don't really care for that. It's like I like to know there's a person. This is not all robots, but that's the way it's going, especially for McDonald's. If they can go completely automated, I think they will. A little drive-through window, kind of cool. I like the little Happy Meal box, and you can actually open it up. I got my stickers in there. That's pretty neat. And then you have the McDonald's building. This is really neat. They had more of like little things like that, and you can actually open it. There's a little McDonald's inside, little seats. Pretty cool. And my least favorite of the ones I got, I think probably out of all of them, is the phone with the app. And it took me a minute. I'm like, okay, this is a phone, but I got this. I'm like, what is this? Like, it's like magnets. Is there something that was supposed to stick in there? I was looking around, like, is there something missing? That's just, I guess, their version of a lens, a camera lens. These 2 little metal discs. So I did not get that. I looked at it, it's like, what is that? I thought maybe it would stick to my refrigerator, but they're not magnets. So that's what I believe. They're lenses. They're camera lenses. If anyone knows differently, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that was not. And I don't know. This is too big for anything like for my figures to hold. But there you go. And these are some of the stickers and stuff that came with everything. This came with the Boo Bucket. And I think that might be that's for the phone case. And that might be for like the drive-thru or something, but I didn't want to put stickers on there, but I do like seeing the different designs. Then I picked this up at Target. I was walking through Target. I was hunting for the Mutant Modular at the time, and they had the Turtle Van, and this was actually on clearance for some reason. I think they're new. Like, I've seen them at other Targets, not on sale, but this one was marked down. I got it and opened it. But a really nice version of the Turtle Van. It opens up. You have the little gunner chair inside. You have seats in there. And what's really nice is the tires are rubber. It's just, I mean, you don't really think about it until you put it on like a surface and roll it. It's like, man, it's not slipping around. It's got some grip. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Made by Hot Wheels. Mine, the little guns are uneven. I keep trying to like correct it because they're connected, but I don't know, maybe you need to put a hair dryer on there to try to even that out. But every time I roll around it, it bugs me that they're uneven. Maybe that's why I was on clearance. I think it's a very cool Turtle Van. One of the better of the miniatures that I have of the Turtle Van. Then on Whatnot, one of the sellers I like to watch a lot, Hood Villain Collectibles. He always has really good stuff. And he had these little mini Boglins. And I thought, I've never had any of the small ones before. And they're just really cool. We have this one here. He's got sunglasses. For some reason he reminds me of like a pilot. This, like, I guess it reminds me of goggles or something, but super cool. It's that weird, gross designs. But I love little minis like this. I mean, this goes well with like little muscle men or monsters in my pocket. And even like I keep my little Ghostbuster Ghost kind of displayed separately. This would go great sitting next to them, which I think they might go next to my Ghostbuster Ghost. But yeah, super happy to pick these up from Hood Villain. If you're ever on Whatnot, definitely check him out because he has a lot of good stuff. I got a lot of my Street Sharks and stuff from him. Then another seller on Whatnot that I picked up an item from, and this is from Doc Crealities. Doc Crealities on Whatnot. He travels all around to like I think a lot of South America countries. I believe he's in the medical field. But while he's out doing that, he'll go to like places and pick up a lot of things. So he gets a lot of unique items, bootlegs, one-of-a-kind art creations, custom pieces. But he always has really cool stuff. And even like some of the stuff he finds that's like from the manufacturer, it's like that country's version of it. So it's like, a little bit different. There's like, different color variations or different, the way they're packaged and stuff. But I picked up this, I don't think this is like from a legit bootleg, if that's a word, but it's not like a bootleg that was manufactured in a factory where there's a ton of them. I think it's more of like a custom bootleg, so a one-off, or an artist who made maybe like a very small limited run. This one's called Masters of the Galaxy, and it's a Battle Cat version of He-Man, and it even has like a little logo down here. Is it Hiko in Mexico? Bootleg Deluxe in the back. There's nothing on the back, which is a very bootleg thing. And the thing's stapled on there. I don't know if I want to take them out and display them or leave them in here like this. A lot of times I don't like the way the figures feel because like the paint sometimes is kind of tacky. So I might just leave them in there. I might, put them in a protective case and just hang them up for display. But I thought it looked really cool. And it's something about bootlegs, it's that kind of weird creation. There's a lot of creativity, but there's a handmade kind of, I don't want to say sloppy, but it's sometimes when it's done by hand, you get a lot of imperfections, which is what, in my opinion, makes it kind of cool and unique. Like you can even see like his little emblem on there is just like a little, it's either a sticker or even might just be like a printout that's just kind of glued on there. But this stuff is just always really neat to me, and I like this character. I like this design. It's weird. This you see this up here, like, oh, it's cut out for the hole, but that's actually printed on there. Like, there's no hole. It's just the thing where the hanging hole would be. That's kind of fun. But yeah, I'm really happy to pick this up. Definitely check out his Whatnot shows, and his Instagram as well. He posts a lot of stuff on Instagram, and it's fun. It's fun to watch his shows and see what he got. And this next item also came from him, something I was really excited about. I'm going to zoom out for it. So here is a kind of Mad Balls knockoff inspired bat. And it's pretty big. He had a few different designs of these. I don't know how it's made. This thing, it's hollow. It feels like it'd be like hollow plastic, but it's got some heaviness to it. Like if you were to be hit by this, it would hurt a lot. And I don't know if I can demonstrate the size. I'm gonna flip it around on me. I mean, look how big this thing is. This thing's a brute. It's like a giant club. You could, take somebody out with it. But look at that design. Isn't that super cool? Yeah, I just think it's really neat. And I've never gotten the official knockoff Mad Ball bats, if that's the proper name for them. I've always thought they were cool. They were just a little expensive. And this one I thought was priced pretty well. And for it being super unique, I just like the idea of it a lot. So I think I'm going to put that down there on the shelf with my Boglins on my display case. This one just appealed to me because it just had that twisted, warped face. It just reminded me of something like from like The Beyond or something like that. Like one of those Stuart Gordon films from the 80s. And here's one I was also super excited about. This one's from Loyal Subjects. They're doing a lot of remakes from the 80s. Some, Mask and Gem. And they're doing, I think, Strawberry Shortcake. But I never had a My Pet Monster. I'm still on the lookout for them. But they're like, about $300. And I've just never bit the bullet on that one. But these were, they said they were like the San Diego Con exclusive. They were on sale before that. I got on their website and got some. From what I can tell, because I've seen the originals before in stores and the cons and stuff. And that one's got a little bit of size to them. This one kind of feels about half that size. It feels like the little kid brother version. And the design is it's different. And you can tell like in the face it's different, but I like it a lot. He's got the little textured belly on there, the chains. They do, you can pop them apart. There he goes. And it's funny, the original one, you could wear the chains, said kids could wear the chains, and I believe it with the size of it. This one's like, yeah, you can wear the chains, but how small is that kid? Because look at these things. Look how tiny. This would not fit on my wrist. I got a little wrist. But yeah, I don't see kids putting out. I'll try to. I'm gonna open them up here in a little bit. But it says limited edition back here. But check out the artwork on this. There he is having a good time. Nothing neat on the bottom there. You got the Loyal Subjects and licensed by Hasbro. So I guess Hasbro owns the rights to it, and they're saying, hey, you guys can make these. And that's something you see a lot now with toy companies. It's neat, but you also are, I think, paying a little bit higher price because not only are you paying for the item, but you're paying for what that company has to pay for in licensing. So Hasbro, I don't know, Hasbro's kind of playing some weird games nowadays. But there you go. But I'm happy to have him. I think he's really cool. Let's open him up, and he's open, but let's take him out of his confinement container here and check him out a little bit closer. So here he is out of the package, and look at that. I can get it around my wrist, kind of. It's kind of got a, plasticky rubber feel to it, so it's got some stretch that can fit around there. So I could sport some My Kid Monster bracelets if I wanted to be fashionable. But yeah, I like them a lot. I like the little sculpt. I get the fur, kind of fluffed out a little bit. There's the back, nothing super special. Little tag. But he'll do for now until I get an original. Now, tough thing about these, and it's even with it being smaller, it's still big. It takes up a lot of space. I don't know where I'm gonna put this guy. Maybe down with the Boglins, I don't know. But I do want to get him on display because I think he's really cool. I like his colors a lot. Happy to have him, and hopefully if y'all are looking for him, y'all are able to get him too. And then we have the 1988 remastered 6-pack Ninja Turtles. So you have all the brothers, you have Splinter, and you have Shredder. And they have that new articulation. Now, the last version of the Turtles that had this had the kind of bumpy skin, kind of that movie turtle texture. But a lot of people did not care for it. I didn't hate it, but I'm glad we have options for both because I think I like them both. But these might be like my definitive Turtles because they're in that Playmate style, the same scale, but they have that little extra articulation. If they would have had this when I was a kid, man, I would have lost my mind because that was one of the things that I didn't care. I was getting to the age where I wanted my toys to be able to move around like G.I. Joes. And if it didn't have that, a lot of times that's why I stopped playing with it. And Turtles were kind of up there. I love the designs of them, but I couldn't move them around. And it was like a lot of them were stuck in kind of those pre-posed sculpts. So I moved on. But man, if they would have had this gives that little extra something, you know? You could give them some cool poses and really add to the play value. So I'm really excited to open these up. Look at the package design, though. This is, if you're an inbox collector, this is a really cool packaging with different layers. Like you have the ladder here that's like, I think that's a separate piece behind the plastic. You have the little periscope that mimics like from the sewer. I mean, that's all reminiscent of being in the sewer, like the play set. But it's all like textured in there. You have the pipe that's like back behind the package design. Really well done. Like I don't like hanging on to boxes, but I might hang on to this one just because it's super cool. I keep a lot of my boxes down at my studio. But super cool artwork. This is one you can just, before you even open it, you just get to enjoy looking at all the design and artwork. Yeah, really well done. A lot of little fun details. Outside, got a little rat looking in the sewer there, maybe. Show you the bottom here. You can scan that code for, who knows, all sorts of secret content from Playmates. And it's, basic bottom there. If you need that UPC code, there it is. I'm on a few Facebook groups. Someone had posted the UPC, and it was helpful because I'd go to Target and I'd see someone like, hey, and I'd show them the barcodes, like, can you tell me if this is in stock? Like, yeah, no, it's not. I didn't have to do it when I found this. I just walked right in and it was sitting on the shelf. To my surprise, I was very excited. It's, that feeling like something could be there. And like you turn the aisle, like, I don't know. And like at first when I turned the aisle, I was like, it looked really messy and I didn't see a lot out on the shelves. And I should have filmed it. I was like, I ran in so fast. But it's like, I turned the aisle, I saw the Mutant Module. I'm like, okay, I knew that had been out. But I didn't see these, but they were kind of pushed back a little bit. There was 2 in there, but when I walked up closer, there it was. I'm like, oh man. Man, oh man, there are a lot of clip ties. Not clip tie, whatever these are. Ties you have to cut off to get these guys out. Nobody would be stealing these from the package easily from Target. But look at these guys. I just opened these here. My first impression is these are definitely going up in my top 10 of my figure pickups for this year right now. I mean, I think they just feel really good. Like I was just posing them. And I think they're great. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the ankles, and they're not. I mean, do I wish there was a articulation where you can move them up and down instead of just, a swivel? Absolutely. But it hasn't taken away from me yet. Now, Splinter does have articulation in his ankles. It has a spin in the leg, but he has the joint where he can move them up and down. And this is my favorite Splinter I think Playmates has ever created. I've just never been a fan of Splinter, but having this articulation, and I like the design, he's super cool. And he has, his bow and arrow. He's got the cane that has a sword in there. And he just looks great. So yeah, I think this one of my favorite Splinters. I mean, I really like the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter, just his character alone. But as far as figures and design, I think he might be the top. We have Shredder. Shredder, I thought he might be like one of my favorite figures of the group. He might be my least. I like the body and everything. I feel like the head, definitely compared to the original, the head's smaller. Maybe it's more proportioned, so maybe I just need to get used to that. Cape helps him stand for sure. It's a rubbery plastic, but I do think I'll be replacing that cape with probably a vintage one to give him the cape and maybe even his like the waist what's it called, cloak thing. But I mean, he looks good. I love the articulation on him. I don't know. I need to sit with them for a while, see how I feel about that head size. I mean, I think he looks good, but altogether, I mean, they look fantastic. What other gripe I'd have is they're packaged. Some of them have their weapons in their hand, and there's like these little rubber baggies, I guess, to kind of help keep from paint rub. And I don't know if that maybe stretched their hands out a little bit, but it feels like they don't hold the weapons as well as they could. Some of them, like Donnie's, I mean, I had to really squeeze his staff into his hands, but like Shredder and Leo, their swords, it feels like I could easily just kind of pop them out. Like they don't stick in really well. But I think that maybe that'll correct itself over time. Maybe with them being out of the package, they'll kind of shrink back down, or maybe if I hit them with a little hot air. Metal chain on the nunchucks there, super cool. And I still have them displayed like I do the vintage ones, just out of habit, because you don't want to break those the plastic on there. But yes, awesome that they included metal chains. And I mean, just like these are just the vintage ones updated. You have the little pizza cutter on the back of Raph's belt. They've corrected the heads with Leo and Donnie. It is really cool, and more paint apps. I mean, the weapons are colored. You have the blue on the sword hilt, and you have the purple on Donnie's bow staff. Raph has the red on his handles. Yeah, I'm really happy with these guys. Here they are with that included background, which is really a nice display background. I mean, out of the package, that looks really good. I mean, it looks well designed. It just looks 3D. It looks like you can look back in there. Yeah, I love that. The packaging for this, top notch. And here's a little side-by-side comparison to the previous remastered Turtles. Yeah, it looks like they just smooth that skin out, brighten the colors up a little bit on the skin. Very cool. And like I said, it corrected the head, where this is originally like a Donnie sculpt head. But I like them both. If I had to pick, I mean, I definitely like the smooth version better, but I'm glad they both exist. I'm glad to have them both. And here are the two Shredders. You have the, I think this is a re-release of Shredder, but he kept the same, they didn't change anything about him. And they have the new one. I'm glad they took the eyebrows off the helmet and give him a proper helmet. I don't know. I'm definitely, that pose, even just getting him to stand up here for this video, I had a heck of a time trying to get him to stand up. So the new Shredder is a much welcome addition to have the articulation, to see him stand up, straight. So you haven't seen that since Super 7 did their Shredder. But yeah, I'm going to have to sit on him for a while to see how I feel about that head. I just feel like maybe if they split the difference, maybe not as big as the traditional one here, and maybe not as small. I don't know. Time will tell. But there you go. And these do have stand. They have holes in their feet for putting figure stands. So there you go. I don't know if that's The vintage ones, I don't know if they had that size, but the newer ones, the re-release ones, definitely have that size hole. So that was my pickups for the last couple weeks. Hope you enjoyed watching. I had a blast finding this stuff, and I love talking about it. Hope you all enjoyed it. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.